Okay, so we're going to make baked stir-fry cabbage because honestly, I'm using my oven to dry off dishes right now. Plus, I like to bake things in the oven. So I want to show you the chopping component, and then I'll show what it looks like after it comes out of the oven because, hey, that's the way I do it. But first, since I'm by myself, I'm sharing this on my channel. So I have to go to my main channel to share my page. Yep. And watch it to make sure it is live. Mute it so nobody can hear me. I'm going to make sure that it's set to live too. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's good. So go back. Go share this on Facebook. Please. Oh, wrong one. Considering laser eye surgery, why? Because never thought about it before, but I kind of like the idea, like if it were super affordable right now, or just not having to wear glasses, it'd be so much easier. I mean, I think glasses look cool, but I don't know, like lately I'm just getting to this point that I would like to see after just put it down to my friends. I don't. Okay, I want to make sure it's actually there. Let's see. Always lags like this. Okay, so let's get back to it. So first, what I want to do is move the camera down so you can actually see. I need to go into the Google Hangouts so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Here I am, and I'm gonna chop cabbage. Ready? I can't see me chopping. It's such a catch-22. Chopping cabbage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The cabbage looks bad, so I'm gonna dispose of it. I just wanted to see that I can see myself. Yeah, I can see myself. It's good enough. That doesn't look good either. I like my cabbage to be finely chopped and stir fry. I love finely chopped vegetables, like when I have the time to do it. So, and it goes. I wonder if there's still a way to get it a bit better. Oh, it's raining. But it doesn't rain in Southern California. Remember? We don't have mountains and it doesn't snow. Yeah, Irina cat. Irina? What are you doing in there? Hi. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be on top of the oven. With the monitor. Yeah, I know. Trying to reposition this a lot. No. Oh, good. Hi. Yeah. I know. Here, just so it's easier to see. Yeah. Irina, where you going? Come back. Miss you. yay! Okay, I guess we got some viewers, so that's cool. Hi, Aya. Yeah, what do you want? This isn't tuna. Not for you, buddy. You can have tuna later. Tuna habits costing me a lot of money. Can't afford all that tuna. I have to cut back. I swear, every time I come home, it's like tuna. You think that like it's just a tuna run or something? Yeah, you're very cute, but no, no. Nice to see you too, Aya. Hey, we have tuna later. Keep rubbing against that cabinet. I'm not gonna make you tuna just because you're rubbing against that cabinet. So that's the thing, like, I don't eat tuna, but the cat loves tuna, and I swear, like, every time I come in here in the kitchen to start cooking, it's like, she thinks that she's making this little noise. Do you want some cabbage? No, I don't think so. I don't know. I suppose there's rules for making like a stir-fried cabbage thing, but I'm just cutting it up. I'm gonna put it in here. You could add whatever you want. I'm just gonna do cabbage and cilantro and some corn and onions. So that's what I have. Honestly, I just need to use this cabbage up. I don't think that's a little bit too much to go with that once. Yeah, I guess like at first I thought, oh, I'm gonna make it all really like tiny when I cut it. I'm just gonna chop it and put it down. Yeah. Guess what? I have a message for you. Do you want to be on YouTube? Is that what you want? Yeah? What would happen if I picked you up right now? Would you let me? Probably not. Do I want to die today? Not really. But let's try. Come on. I don't know. I don't think I can do it. You ready? I didn't think so. Bye. Love you, but you're crazy cat. Love Irina, but can't pick her up. Other people can, but not me. I'm just not adept at picking up Irina. I have a kid that would sit on my shoulder, but I raised her from being a little kitten, so I like that sort of thing. You can't even see where I'm putting the cabbage, I realize. It's not the best. I need to work on that. Everybody's like, you have to put out so much of the core. I use almost the whole thing, really. Because why not? It has flavor in it and you paid for it. And it's fine. I don't know. Like, I just don't use this part right here. I threw that away with a whole bunch of cans that I found that were expired today, which I haven't dug in the back of my cabinet for a while. That's that. And I've been thinking I want to move, but the rent is crazy, okay? Yeah. So it's just, I don't see how a one-bedroom apartment should be $1,200. I think that's a little ridiculous. Unless you want to live in Ukiah or something, I don't know. But I'll keep looking for something good. I mean, eventually I think just buying a house is a better deal, but right now I just can't buy a house. So I wanted to rent for a couple more years. But I guess I'll have to see what happens. Because we calculated it, and I found like 100 on rent last 12 years. I don't know, enough to buy a house, really. Or a little condo, or something. I mean, maybe I should have back then. I guess if I had thought about it a little bit more, I might have. This is the more picky part of the cabbage, but I use it all. Like, why are you going to waste it? You paid for it. Just my opinion, but I think it's flavorful. It will cook down. You can chop it little like this. Like, it has vitamins and nutrients. It's good. Like, people are so, I don't know, like picky about certain parts of the vegetable. Like they have to, I don't know. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people say when you make baba ganoush, you have to take the skin off or it's bitter, but I don't know. I don't think it is. That's just my opinion. Like, I think the skin, even if it is a little bitter, I just feel like it imparts a good flavor. And I just don't know, where did we get all these weird rules? Like, you have to peel every vegetable. You have to, like, I do take off the outer layer because, I don't know, this cabbage wasn't one of the older ones in my fridge. I have to use it up. It used to be really good about cooking every day. This piece is a little big. I want it. Whoa. Get that one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Whee! I made it. Okay. So. I want to add some spice as I go along. So of course, I'm going to stir it up later, but just maybe a little bit of chili powder. That's kind of pretty. You can't see it right now, but this is the Spicely Organic Cayenne Chili Pepper. So I keep chopping the cabbage. I've been listening to a lot of 80s music. It's really hard for me to find like modern music that I really love. And I mean, I like the moody blues as well, like some 60s and 70s stuff, but for some reason I just really gravitate to the 80s because that's when I was young and I just love 80s music. And every time I look for a new band, I'm like, I'm sure there's like some good bands out there that play songs that I've just never heard of, but I just have yet to discover a band. And I really love music. This is part of, like, I guess I don't talk a lot about it. The music is copyrighted, but like I used to do the live stream combing out my hair, and that, I don't know, I just didn't really enjoy it. Plus the bathroom was loud with the fan. So instead of doing that, I found I can comb my hair faster and it's more enjoyable if I listen to music when I do it. So I just like for some reasons different things are just popping up on my radar again. Like I was never like the biggest David Bowie fan, but Modern Love was recommended to me in my YouTube videos. So I decided to watch it the other day. And I just play these little videos in the background when I'm combing out my hair. I find, hi. Yeah, it's you. I love you. But I don't have any tuna right now. I'm a vegan, but the cat's not. This is a vegan dish. But that's the thing. Cats aren't vegan, okay? You don't have to make a cat vegan. So anyway. It's just a vegetable dish, really. Like I personally, I don't like to eat meat. I think that's all it really is at this point in my life. So I have cilantro. I love the smell of cilantro. I'm gonna unwrap it. I need to rinse it off because I'm not always the best at rinsing off cilantro. And I know you're supposed to rinse it very much so, but I don't. And I could just sit here all day. I'm gonna kind of squeeze it out. This was so good. I do the whole cilantro head when I go in, just chop it up. I know you're supposed to chop it really finely. So I will do that. And I do like finely chopped things, but sometimes I feel like this is going to be stir-fried baking because I'm using my oven. Yeah, what I forgot. Hi, Starman. Okay. So. You could stir fry on the top of the oven, but honestly, like I use it to dry things sometimes, so I'm just gonna do it in the roaster oven, which is really yummy in my opinion. So yeah. Right there. And then I'm just gonna continue chopping up my cilantro very finely. I always have to kind of look down here on the floor and pick up little bits when I'm chopping, cooking. Some people, they're very type A, they will never drop anything on the floor, but if I drop something on the floor, I don't think it's like the end of the world, really. Yep, I'm wearing this like aqua marine skirt. Okay, so how can you be happy in life? Thanks. My opinion. I did a really good live stream with Aya earlier, just about how we don't have any expectations of people. And I don't. Like, sometimes I make the mistake that I have an expectation of a situation. But I think going forward, just the thing that has helped me, like, I think about, oh my gosh, I don't know, like, well, look, I know that eating plant-based vegan isn't for everybody, but when I first started eating this way, 2014 into 2015, I was cooking a lot and doing a lot of art. And I remember that was a time I was just really happy. And I think it's because I was just doing things I really enjoyed and making the effort to do that. Because sometimes we get like kind of into daily life and we don't, I don't know. This looks really pretty. You can't see it because it's off camera, but I have to finish chopping before I can show you what it looks like. Anyway, to get this stuff off my pictures. But yeah, I just feel like happiness comes from within. Like, to be truly happy, you just have to do things that you enjoy and make an effort to do them. And that's the biggest thing for me. Doing what I like. Like, it just brings the most happiness for me, really. Okay, so next I'm going to do the corn, because I'm just adding a little bit of everything that I still have from the fridge. Well, I did make a video, but I just never posted it yet because video production is down on my channels. Reason being is, I'm going to be really honest with you. I put a lot of time into my videos. I know people watch them, but I don't always have a lot of time. And also it has something to do with the fact that YouTube took monetization away from channels with less than 1,000 subscribers. So it's not that I don't want to do videos. I'm going to be doing more videos. I just got really busy with several different things. I've been working a lot, and then I was helping my neighbor, but I realized it kind of took time away from things that I want to do. So I just need to get back into focusing on that sort of thing again, like doing things I enjoy. So yeah, I will be coming. I will be doing more videos. I still want to somehow transition that channel into making it like hair tips in my own kind of way. Just maybe hairstyles. I don't think it's going to be hair tips because I feel there's a lot of people on YouTube. They already provide their tips on how they do things. So for me, I think it might just be like sharing hairstyles. But this is one tip. Here's the corn pop. I'm going to throw it away. Because I throw out the trash as I go. Just like one tip, I think, like if you are in the long hair, is like if you're cooking, put it in a braid. That helps a lot. Corn has a lot of heat on it. Ugh. It's all this in here. Oh, thank you. It's very sweet. Lots of fresh ingredients going into this. It will be water dense, that's for sure. I'm gonna let this cook down, of course, because this is a vegetable stir fry, bake stir fry, because I'm not like frying it on top of the oven. So I don't know. Also, it contains the mess a little bit better because like when you stir fry, oil goes up in the air and it flies all around, which I personally. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier. I'm glad that you and Bo are finishing your dinner. I didn't comment on that earlier. Okay. So, is there anything people would like to ask me about food? Just food-related questions, since this is a cooking kind of thing. Anybody want to ask me questions about food? Any food-related questions anybody would like to ask? I guess not. I just thought I'd ask. Just get this guy nice and washed up. You know, I don't know how much fiber is in cabbage, but I think when you cook it down, Aya, that there's less fiber in it. I think cooking the cabbage, like in a stir fry, you could add other things that you like to it. So if you're concerned about the fiber in the cabbage, I do know that cooking it will break that down quite a bit. So like if I don't know, I eat some raw cabbage, but yeah, if you don't want too much fiber, maybe cooking it's better to get rid of some of the fiber, because I would have to Google that. Be interesting to know. I'm not the biggest fan of corn, but my dad thinks I love corn and just keeps, he's like, look, I brought you more corn, Julianne. I'm like, so I'm at work one day and they come by and they're like, we went to Costco and we got you some corn. I'm like, Yeah, I don't want to waste it. Corn's okay, but I'm always struggling, like, what am I going to do with corn? So I'm just putting it in the stir fry because it tastes good. But I've had some weird reactions with corn, like really weird ones. Like, I don't know. I feel like I can't digest it completely, to be honest with you, because I don't think it's a digestible vegetable. This is really my honest opinion about corn. I'm going to try again because I'm like, oh, I have corn. I don't know. Like, I'm just, maybe it's because it's GMO corn. I kind of wonder. I don't know, but how do you know? Like, I think everything is GMO corn nowadays. Is corn supposed to be this big, really? I mean, come on. Corn used to be that big, and now it's this big. Yeah, I don't feel like I can digest corn, but I'm using it because I don't want to waste it. And it was like, oh, my dad, he likes to cook, so do I. My mom likes to cook, but it's always like he has this obsession with corn. So, okay, I don't want to waste it, so I guess I'm going to put it in the stir fry. And that was nice of them to bring it by, you know. So I'm going to try stir frying it, I guess. But I'm a little leery about eating corn, which probably sounds funny. I think I'm just going to say we shouldn't buy corn anymore. I'm going to put my foot down about the corn thing because I don't know about it, right? I haven't had the best reactions with corn when I ate it the last couple times. And I'm not talking about canned corn. I'm just talking about fresh corn because, yeah, I don't know. Unless you're growing it yourself, maybe, you know, like the origin of the seeds. I don't know. Corn, I'm just a little leery of, guys. Sorry. And it's not like one of my favorite vegetables. I just never am like, wow, I'm craving corn today. Like, I think it's okay to eat what you like. Like, there are things I never craved. Like, I never liked cantaloupe. Like, I never understood. Like, people just love cantaloupe. And watermelon, very rarely did I love watermelon. And then the thing that would drive me crazy is when somebody salted a watermelon. Oh my gosh. Salted watermelon. You used to salt watermelon? Or you used to like corn? I mean, I used to like corn too. I think we're talking about corn, right? So, yeah, I don't like corn anymore, so I don't want to waste it. That's it. Oh, here's my onion. It's growing, but this part is actually edible. Just throw this away later. I'm just gonna pull it off. You can actually eat this part. I'm not gonna eat it, but like you don't need to worry about if it sprouts. Like we planted these in our backyard, and it just looks pretty. And they bloom these pretty purple flowers. So anyway, I'm gonna lop off the top. Yeah, corn has definitely changed. I don't think it's good anymore. I think that's the last time I'm going to try to eat it. I just don't want to waste it. I think that's really my only reason. And I probably shouldn't have thrown all those vegetables in the sink. Whatever, I'll get them later. So you can't see where I'm putting everything because it's kind of out of camera. It's kind of wonky angle. But I'm hoping maybe eventually what I would like to do is get a laptop. I don't know. Just think. And I know I keep saying this, but I really do want to try to have a better effort with this channel and my other channel and doing things. Because I like how Aya, she does a lot of live streams. You should watch her. And she's really good about being consistent. And I think that's the thing about YouTube is maybe I'm just not consistent enough anymore. I was thinking about that. I'm very inconsistent on my uploads. Like, and then on days I upload a whole bunch. And I think it's consistency because I remember like when my channel was getting more views and growing a lot, it's because I was consistently uploading. I think that's the difference. I need to have like some sort of consistency with it. Okay, I need to pull the rest of the skin off the onion so I can continue chopping. Oh, you can't see because I'm putting it too far out of you. I'm sorry, guys. I hear you. Hey, is there a bird outside or something? Because it sounds like you're talking to it. Yeah? What's going on out there? What are you doing? Talking to a bird? Talking to something out there. I hear you. Get over here in the kitchen. Come here. Come on. You gonna come again? Guess not. Oh, you are talking to a bird. Okay, that's cool. Rena looks out the window and sometimes she makes these noises at birds. Sorry, you can't go outside, Rena. You can watch them through the... Or it might be the bird video. I think she's just watching a bird video in the background. I'm not really sure. One of those things. This is the part where usually I'm okay. Onions usually, but you know what? I noticed this onion that's sprouted, like it's not making me tear up as much. Or maybe I'm just so into cutting it that I'm just not. Because usually I cry like a baby when I chop onions. There's a Shakira video where like this guy next door thinks she's crying her neighbor and she's chopping an onion. It's funny. It was one of her Spanish videos. I almost want to watch it again because it was so hilarious. I love Shakira. You know why? Okay. Maybe I've been thinking about this identity thing. Because people talk about it a little bit. I'm like, I know I'm an American, right? Because everybody born in America is, or if you come to America and you're living here, you're American. But from the youngest time, people always would ask me what I was because I didn't look like blonde hair, blue eye, white girl. And I didn't have like some diverse cultural heritage. So they would always be like, what are you? And I always knew I was part Syrian. And I knew there was like European in my background. But they always told us that we were part Native American. But I kind of knew that wasn't true after a while. I'm eating raw onion. This is actually really good. I don't know, once the onion sprouted, I usually can eat raw onion, but it's like really super sweet. There's something about the sprouted onion. It's good. It has a good flavor. Okay, so I took the DNA test. Over the last couple of years, our results have been updated to reflect, but it kind of made me appreciate my Middle Eastern, Levantine, Syrian Lebanese background more. Like I know I'm part. 23andMe breaks it down pretty good. Like 20% 26% West Asian, 23% European, and I think that's pretty accurate with a more specific, like showing West Asian, Syria, Lebanon, like really hitting Lebanon. Even though my ancestors were living in this village that's technically in Syria, from the results of the tests and the fact that I have fourth cousins on living in Lebanon in the Christian community, I'm pretty certain, just from what everybody said, and they also said Gantos lived in Lebanon, and apparently this man Gantos was a wise man that people sought out advice from. I know on my dad's side, we definitely are Lebanon. And, you know, I don't have any, like, I have stories that my grandpa told me about being Syrian Lebanese. And just memories of him singing songs in Arabic. And it was the saddest thing for me because I went to visit him the last time, and he said he just denied who he was all his life because well, this was a time you had to assimilate into American society and culture, and he would tell people he was Greek or something. Like, he would just not, like, a lot of, you know, Syrian Americans, they marry other Syrians, and they are very culturally invested, and they're fully Syrian or fully Lebanese, and they retain their culture, but I don't know why. Like, and it's not that I still have animosity towards my grandma, but she was racist towards Syrians, okay? Like, she didn't like Syrians even though she married one. She said that my Uncle George didn't speak good enough English, and I don't know. So my grandpa told me I was the only person that ever had any interest in the fact that we were part Syrian, and my dad too, because, you know, he always spent time with his Syrian grandmother. But if it hadn't been for my dad being a little rebellious kid, spending so much time with his grandmother, me recently trying to plume his mind about what are those recipes that she made, like yabruk and stuff, and all that would have been lost because the other aunts and uncles, it's just rapid fire assimilation. It's just, you're American, you are American now, you have American culture, you don't remember eating kibbeh, you don't remember eating lentils and rice, see, I can't even say it correctly because by generation, he's generation 1, my dad's generation 2, by generation 3, my last name's Hannah, it's of Lebanese origin, but do I have, like, what is my connection to that culture? And yes, I know I have European ancestry, but I always felt a little bit different because I'm also part Lebanese, and people could tell that I didn't look like just the average, I don't know, like, it's just weird. I think now people are more mixed, it's more acceptable, but I can kind of see why people struggle with their identity when they're of, like, a mixture, because you're kind of like, well, what am I? Like, where do I come from? And a lot of people are mixed, and I think it's great, but in the 80s, living in this, like, Wonder Bread community where everybody was just really white, it was just kind of weird. I mean, we had a few Hispanic people and a few Black people, and that was it. And I kind of, like, stood out because I had dark hair, and we did this assignment once where they're like, you're the only person with dark hair. You have to, like we all had to say, who has dark hair in the class? Who has blue eyes? Who has this? And I was kind of thinking about that live stream we did the other day. And I'm just going on and on, so I'm going to stop watching because I said all that. But yeah, it just kind of makes you think about things like that. Anyway, I don't know. So anyway, I was just talking as I'm cooking. It's not like, I don't know, like, I do know. I think that you can be a mixture of things, that you can acknowledge where you come from. And I think that's a good thing. I'm going to push this over so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm going to have to really put it in the oven soon. Clean up this little mess in the sink. But here it is. Like, it just has onions, cabbage, carrots. So I am going to add oil to it later, but to start with, to get started, I have some soy sauce, so I think I'm just gonna like get it started with the soy sauce. Yeah. And then I'm going to put it in and cook it down, and I'll add more things like maybe a little bit of citrus to it and some other things. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.